Yo, what's up guys, I'm Yannick from the tpschool and welcome back to a brand new video on our channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to make future house like Nash. He had some releases on Hexagon and he has definitely his own style of production. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's start the tutorial. But before we start, this video was sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes covering dozens of creative arts like music, production, design and more. Whether you want to fuel your creativity or learn new things, Skillshare is the perfect place for you to keep improving. There is an amazing amount of content available on Skillshare for music production and recording, and a lot of the courses are given by professionals in the industry. The good thing about Skillshare is that it's incredibly affordable in comparison with other courses. An annual subscription is less than $10 a month. And another amazing thing to tell you is that because Skillshare is sponsoring this video, you can sign up with the link in the description and get a 2-month trial for free. The first thing I did was creating a melody. The melody looks like this and sounds like this. The melody feels pretty slow, but the bass will cover up the speed, but I'll show you that later in the video. Then you want to search for some really big leads with a lot of reverb like this. This is the first layer. And then the second layer sounds like this. By the way, if you want to check out these presets, you can find them on our website tpschool.com. We have a lot of presets in this style, so make sure to check it out. Without any effects, the leads sound like this. They sound pretty dry, so I'm going to show you what I did with them. For the first lead, I added some basic EQs, just to cut out some resonant frequencies. Then I added this distortion plugin called Arpeggiator from SoundToys. This is one of my favorite distortion and saturation plugins, and it just really fattened up the sound. Without, it sounds like this. And this is with. Then there's a sausage fattener on there just to fatten up the sound a bit. And then one of the most important things for this lead is the reverb. This is a huge reverb with a lot of decay, and that is something Nash does often in his track, so you get that big atmospheric leads. And then the last thing I added was this kickstart just for some basic sidechain. On the second lead there is a basic EQ. It slightly boosts the high end just to give it a little bit more edge. Then there's this chorus. Then there's the stereo enhancer on it to make it wider, so the sound is pushed to the sides of the speakers. And then the same reverb preset as the other lead. And some kickstart. The two leads go into this bus, but it's basically for some filtering and effects. This EQ is basically for a filter, I think. And this reverb is also for an automation, which I will show you later. Let's move on to the bass. The bass sounds like this. And what I think is dope about this bass is that it's not just a 1/4 rhythm, but it's a triplet. And this triplet really drives the rhythm of the track. Now I'll show you how I process the bass. The first bass sounds like this. And without effects like this. So I put an EQ on it and cutting out some of the sub frequencies till around 70 Hz. Then there is a saturation plugin called FabFilter Saturn, which really makes a difference for the sound. Then the second layer is this without effects. And this with. Again, an EQ to cut out some of the low frequencies because I will leave them for my sub bass. And I cut out a bit of the high end because I thought it was a bit too sharp. Then there is a camel crusher on there, which does some distortion and a bit of compression. And another thing I did with this bass was putting on a stereo enhancer to push it to the sides of the speakers again. And these basses go into this bus, and this bus is basically for sidechaining. Then I must not forget the sub bass, which sounds like this. The last pattern I'm going to show you is this arp, and it sounds like this. And this arp will only play in the second part of the drop to make some things interesting. Without the effects it sounds like this. There's an EQ on it which cuts out a lot of the high frequencies because I just wanted to be in the background of the track, so I removed a lot of them. Then this reverb, which also helps to put it more in the background of the track. A stereo shaper to make it more wide. And this Panomatic, which is a really simple but cool plugin I think from FL itself. What this basically does is it creates an LFO for the pan or the volume of the sound. And in this case I used the pan. And you can hear it pretty good if you're listening on headphones. Then you can hear that the sound is going from left to right with a certain amount of speed. And the last thing I put on this arp was this basic sidechain from Kickstart. Add some effects and drums like this. And when I put all the sounds together, it sounds like this. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Let us know in the comments which future house artists we should do next time. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.